because it's just been a really exciting time. And we've like Cody and I have been working our tails off to make sure that everybody is loving what we're doing. Some things that are going to happen this week um, is we're going to be rolling out the private parks. I know that we had first had called it the Bat Pass. We're gonna change this. This is my only thing I'm really gonna talk about, and then we're gonna get to questions. Also, yo, it's crazy. Are you not? I thought you're a speaker. You should be able to come up here. I think you're in charge of. Yeah, there you go. All right, so we're not going to call it the Bat Pass this week. It's going to be, we're not rolling it out as a Bat Pass because I think a lot of people think of Battle Passes as one thing. So the My Park, we're going to call the subscription that comes out, the new feature that comes out at the end of the week, is going to be called My Park. There's going to be different tiers of this, but it's going to be happening first as this membership that you guys are going to see. Later aspect. So that's going to be happening this Friday. And it'll be the end. We're going to deprecate My Park Edition. I know that a lot of people have purchased the $5 version of the game, the single player version, but we're focused on creating a big network of users and gamers. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. Anyway, I'm now going to bring you guys up. So Landon, I'm bringing you up first, and then Cookie God. You're taking notes. For the banana ball talk. Some things that we're going to be doing. Okay, so I think people are struggling to come up, so I'm just going to... Oh, Aspect, I'm bringing you up. I'm trying to bring you up at least. Man, this this Discord. The Discord server and the Discord thing is so frustrating. Nanner, I can bring you up. It's Aspect. You can ask your questions in the chat here. All right. So some things that we're going to be working on this week. One is private fields. Those should be coming out on Friday. We're going to be testing the subscription API. So that's going to be happening this week as well. A lot of people have been asking about what is it going to cost for a private field. Subscription right now is going to be $4.99, but this is going to get you access to a private field where you can invite exactly who you want. You can get your own. You get a custom bat and you get a custom hat saying that you're a My Park member. So, and this will show up on any lobby. So that is going to be a big part of this rollout. Is this week we're going to be testing this. A lot of people have been asking for this, and I know that a lot of people want like creator codes, like fan codes. But to start, we're going to be doing this using the Meta Friending API, their presence platform. Basically, I know that a lot of you are used to Gorilla Tag, but I think that Gorilla Tag, while great, a lot of the behaviors that happen from not being in a friend's lobby, that happen just from going into random creator codes or like server codes, can lead to some less than ideal like relationships. So we're going to be working on that. One other thing is we are going to be refreshing the beta testers. I know this has been a big issue recently, that a lot of beta testers have kind of fallen off in terms of their, jumping into the beta and checking everything out. So we're going to be refreshing all of the beta test. Yeah, Nano, you're good so far. We're going to be refreshing the whole list. I think there are some people. I think people in this chat. There's two of us here in the Chalk Talk. So, yeah, I know that there are a lot of people who want to be beta testers, but they just don't. You're gonna boost again. Thank you guys. Sorry that we're doing. I know that there would be more people on a weekend, but I just wanted my weekend to myself this weekend. What was I gonna say? Yeah, we're gonna refresh the beta testers. So we're gonna wipe the whole slate clean. I think there's obviously our mods, our community helpers with Yo It's Crazy and Ryan and Pito Hui, Nanner, Aspect. I think all server sluggers. I think all TikTok subscribers should get first. Yo, Aspect, thank you for boosting the Discord. Thank you. I think that those people should definitely get top priority in terms of beta testing. For support and server boosters, all that stuff. I think it should always have priority. But we're just seeing a lot of people who aren't testing, and because we're going to be testing subscriptions this week, the beta test is going to come with a trial subscription, or the free. You'll get the subscription for free, and so. Oh, there's been a server slugger that's been trying to get in. Okay, well, we're going to add all of them. So we're going to be doing that this week. So if you are a beta tester and you've been really slacking, sorry. If you've been a beta tester and you've been really crushing it, just DM me. I can definitely add you back in. We're going to post that link later today. Yeah. We're getting a question from YouTube. When are you going to be able to make it where you can earn peanuts? This is a great question. We did do this. We over the summer, Cody and I did an event where you could earn the peanuts for free. Frankly, it led to, guess what? People spending less money, way less. And so, we don't make profit from the game. All the money that goes into Derby gets poured into the next updates. But we were making such little money as when that was the mechanic that it's just not. It wasn't sustainable. Maybe we need to do some stuff to reconfigure the shop so there's more stuff. I know that people are really used to Gorilla Tag, where you can earn a lot of their shiny rocks, and then you can spend it. But they have such a big shop that you can never acquire all the stuff in their shop. But we just couldn't run the game at such a loss. It was unsustainable. So if you want that, I'm sorry. Peanuts are a premium currency for us. So we're probably never going to let you earn peanuts again. But there will be other currencies you can earn. How do you join the Discord? The Discord is discord.gg/throwbackvr. You guys should make a sports game where there's more than baseball. I agree. I think Aspect. This is a great shout out. So, let's talk a little bit about the vision of Derby, what it is, what we're doing, and why. So, Derby today is a multiplayer free baseball game in virtual reality. It's a random lobby. You don't get to choose who your friends are, what it looks like, and your team, anything like that. What we are doing with throwbacks, with Derby is, and especially with these private fields, is when you pay for the subscription, your field is your server. It's yours to do with what you want. So our grand vision for this today, this won't happen for a while. But our grand vision is, when you pay for this as a My Park owner, that park is yours. Today you can play baseball on it, but what we're going to do is, one, we're going to enable you to create and sell your own hats, bats, gloves, jerseys, baseballs, ball tray, all those things in your own server. So when you invite people to your server, they can support your server by buying your stuff. the stuff that you make, your own assets, your own merch. That's one. And then two, what we want to do is we want to give you the ability to create your own sports, your own games within your own server. I think that this is ultimately going to be a longer term thing, but what we want to do is we want to enable you to create your own sports that you guys are the creators of, so that you can be your own game creators within Derby. That's like the bigger vision. And so the things that you're seeing today, like the stream camera. Hey Ryan. The stream camera, and like you're seeing these pieces kind of come together. The stream camera, what we're going to do is we're gonna pair that. We're gonna give that to you as a mobile app, as part of your subscription, or as part of your like My Park. Yes, we are on the point of the stream camera. Yes, Nanner, I'm with you. Are you upset? I don't want to upset you, Nanner. Yes, we're on that point, Nanner. You can't hear it? It's too loud where you are. Oh, you're in class. Okay. So the reason that, so with the stream camera, what we're going to do is you're going to be able to, right now, you know, you've seen two versions of it. The first version, it just showed the scene and then that was it. And then now it kind of moves around. The next versions of it will be able to track stats, we'll be able to track players within that, and then also, you know, just broadcast what's happening in your server to TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, you know, whatever, wherever you want to, Twitter, or sorry, X, wherever you want to be posting to and growing your following. So the plan is to pair your server with an iOS app or an Android app that you'll be able to stream to any of those services. Oh my God, Aspen. What up? And so you'll be able to use that in VR camera to stream to those places. Will we have like an actual camera, or would it be like yours that's on your TikTok? It'll be like ours on our TikTok, but the one that's on ours, it moves programmatically, right? That stream camera in VR. We're going to build more functionality into it so you'll be able to control it more. Whether that's following a player, having set shots, set transitions. But what we want to do is give you all the tools to create your own server, have your own park, create your own games, sell your own assets in those games, and then broadcast what you're doing. And I think ultimately that's going to be a very powerful tool for all of you. And that's something that we've been working on really like a lot, and that's what we're working towards. So I know a lot of you have been asking, you know, why do you have this new tool? You know, all these things, but that's why, is like we're building these tools not just, you know, to make Derby incrementally better. It's to give you all the tools to make it better for yourselves. Yeah, we want Derby to be a lot like Roblox, but more focused on VR and more focused on sports and games. What was the last thing we were going to... Because, you know, when we talk with other players, they're like, oh, the reason we like this is because of the physics that you've built, because of the ease of multiplayer, all these things. And we just want to give those tools to everybody. So, and the stream camera, I think, also is a big part of that. The last thing is that we're going to be attaching the TikTok Live API to servers in Derby. So what that means is, have you guys seen like those NPC streams where like if you get gifted a rose, someone will say whatever? What's going to happen is when we tie the game to the streams, whether it's on TikTok or Twitch or wherever, then those gifts will show up as an animation in the game. So like roses will fall from the sky, or GGs or galaxies will, you know, explode in the sky, whatever it is, so that the game can be supported by the viewers, a lot like a professional sports game or broadcast or whatever. So we're going to be tying a lot more of the game to, players adding in your designs, your assets, your games, and then also giving you the ability to gain more followers and make money from your fields. Yeah, exactly. Like if people spend a bit on Twitch, their message shows on the blimp. Exactly, stuff like that. Can you make it so it saves what bat I have when I join? I think that we do. I'm pretty sure that we do. Derby's about to get a whole lot better. It is. We have brought on another developer who is helping us. He's in our chat sometimes. He's not a full-time employee, but like we're just getting more help now, and we're moving a lot faster. So that's great. Oh, when you first get on, it's the plain bat? Yeah. You're going to make a VR dodgeball game? Let's go. Oh, okay, yeah. That's a good point. That's a good call out. We can do that. Any other questions? I see you, Robert. Is My Park owner a monthly sub? Yes. I use Unity. Nice. That's what we use too. We'll be Nanner, you're gonna be the first league organizer. I know that. I love the streams. I'm glad you love the streams. Do you like just the ambient stream that we've been doing? Just the background of that you just see that people are like seeing that like hundreds of people are playing Derby at any one moment. You like the blimp view. I like the I think I like the trash can, I like the trash can and the hot dog view. The hot dog view with the 1v1 when that's happening. You like Snack Shack view. Nice. Yeah, I think once people figured out that it's live, that we're not just like playing a recording, that like you can go in and see yourself in the stream, I think that was a big moment when they were like, oh my gosh. What do we like most about being a game, about the game / being a developer? I just love getting to meet all of you and learn about, like, I think that's the really fun part of developing something in VR is that, like, I know that we do things a little bit different, where, like, we go into the game more and we show that we, like a lot of VR devs I've learned, like, they don't like what they make. They don't like the players that play what they make, and they, like, don't like being public about what they're doing. But I love getting to meet everybody and learn about what's going on in your lives and school and what, how you use VR. And I don't know. I love getting to meet everybody. It gives me so much energy. And that there's so much to build. We've built such a simple app that you guys enjoy, and hearing how you guys want it to improve is so much fun. Yeah, I love that I get to work with Cody. Cody's my best friend. And I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I feel very fortunate. Also, this is the 1-year anniversary of Throwback Studios. A year ago was when we decided to rename our whole company and focus on VR. So we're 1 year in to doing this, and in terms of like when we decided to, like, we first had the idea. So anyway, seeing everyone launch home runs with the trails is pretty cool. Almost feels like sped up time lapse, but it's actually real time. Yeah, there is something nice to that. I'm glad that we added that. I think that the ball trails are surprisingly communicative visually, and I think that it adds a lot. Most just want the money. I mean, I don't know. It's very hard to run a successful and like financially successful game. Like any game developer is trying to make money. I don't think that people are in it just for the money. I don't think most are just wanting the money. I think most want to make a game that resonates with people, and then you hope to make a profit off of it. So I don't think that's necessarily true, Nanner. Gorilla Tag isn't like that though. At least the owner isn't like that. Yeah, I think that ultimately what you learn about game development is that it's very hard, especially a live service game like Derby or Gorilla Tag, Gym Class. Any of these like really great VR apps I think are live and networked. So I don't know. I think we know that we're signing up for something that's difficult, to have a game that breaks out, that's a live VR app. But I think that that's kind of the fun of it. And we know that, like the table stakes are that everything is free, right? That's like our number one request: make everything free. And so we know that it's also going to be a hurdle just to find a way to consistently generate revenue. It looks like someone did say that feature made it look like an Oppenheimer lobby, which I thought was hilarious. Only thing I want and most likely will buy is Golden Bat Pass and a fan lobby. Well, get ready for that. You've been here for 7 months. Let's go. I'm going broke from Derby. I have to get everything. You don't have to get everything. We appreciate the support. Yeah. Thank you, Jay Martin. I think that the community is the best. And I also want to shout out to Ryan and Yo It's Crazy and Pita Hui for helping to make it the best. They've been like super helpful in growing the Discord and everything. And so I appreciate you guys a ton. It is really fun to work with your friends. There are definitely times where it's been frustrating. Cody and I, we worked on things that just didn't work. Like, it's not like Cody was never frustrating. It was just more like we hadn't found something that was working. So to have something that works, Derby, just to service hundreds of thousands of players in VR, that's a very rare thing. And so to have something that works and to work with, a best friend on something is like, it's stupid fun. Gorilla Tag is so toxic though. Well, Gorilla Tag, I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of this. I think there's a general consensus in the VR community that like Gorilla Tag is like beyond saving and that it's like very toxic. I think that I don't think that's necessarily true. I think that the difficulty is like the scale of the game, right? Like scaling a game and the user base, it's not necessarily the game's fault in terms of like, I don't think it's the game's fault that it's like toxic. I think that the main issue, Rifty VR, no, you cannot earn peanuts. I think that the main issue is like, one, I think having persistent usernames is like really critical to maintaining a positive environment. So I think that like that's one design choice that like does make it more difficult to corral users, because It's difficult to make friends. And like if you have these very loose connections, then you're not really incentivized to uh to be nice. I don't know. Also, just like tag in general, I've learned. I was looking this up the other day. Did you know that tag is like banned in a lot of um, tag is banned on a lot of schoolyards. Like you can't play it at school because it's just like an inflammatory game. So yeah, yeah. I didn't. I'm not in charge of those rules, but apparently you can. It is a banned game at a lot of schools. Not gorilla tag, but tag with your friends on the schoolyard. Hi, Pizza Hui. I would love to play Fortnite tonight. Yeah, we should do a Discord Fortnite night. I love playing Fortnite. I consider it like one of the greatest games ever created. So I would love to do that. I know we've talked about that, but Rebecca's gone this week, so I'm just cranking on Fortnite. I can't go into a gorilla tag lobby without being cussed at. Well, I don't know. Tag is banned mostly because kids can run around and hurt themselves. That makes sense. What's my favorite non-VR game, excluding Fortnite? Ooh, I guess MLB The Show. I also love 2K. I love NBA 2K. I would play with my friends like for so long when I was living in Palo Alto and San Francisco. Oh my god, we played it so much. Trying to think of other stuff that I like playing. I loved Halo 3, I remember, because I didn't get like a game console until I was like in 8th grade or something like that. And so I remember we got it. And I was like, oh my god, Halo 3 is the greatest. I love Wii Sports, obviously. I don't think it's the game's fault or the developers, mainly just little kids wanting to act cool. I mean, yeah, this is also just the problem with the medium, or I guess like the platform. I think that a lot of like, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter or X, but I've been starting to be a little bit more vocal as I learn more about the VR industry and ecosystem. You know, I've been working in it since 2015, but I've just been learning more and more as we scale this, because there are not very many teams that are working on something that reaches as many people as Derby does. So I'm becoming a little bit more opinionated, and I think that a lot of what's happening is that people are not willing to admit the users of VR. Like, people don't want to talk about how young some of the users are and what they're using it for and how they're behaving in it. And there aren't really great solutions yet for how to stop the behavior. Now, you could say that about any platform. You could say that about Xbox, or like there's I mean, people people use games for all sorts of gnarly behavior. But I think that the core issue is that like the user group is so young, and I think there's an aspect of VR where if you're going onto a web page, you understand you're going onto the internet. If you're using an app, if you're using whatever. But when you go into VR, there is like this aspect where it just feels like you're living your life, where you're just walking around a town or playing in a park or, whatever. And so it doesn't necessarily feel like you're being opened up to the internet. And I don't know. I think that there's just like a big disconnect that leads to a lot of people acting very like behaving very poorly. In terms of moderation on Derby, we've started to ban a lot of players. People have been very good about reporting Derby or reporting players through the Oculus, the Universal Oculus menu. So that's been going great. Right now, we just serve lifetime bans. If you're using toxic, racist language, instant lifetime ban. Like, easy. Just doesn't belong in our park. Sorry. And then we're working with Meta. Meta wants us to use this thing. It's called Toxmod, Toxmod. It's this tool that just runs AI over all the voice stuff. Other very large apps use this, and it allows you to do voice to text, and then it runs AI over that of like sentiment data. Are you using toxic banned language? And then it can warn you, kick you, and then ban you. So that's what they want us to use. But I don't know. It definitely can have mistakes, for sure. I mean, this is like a big issue. Like there is no good solution. The other solution, anyone else using Toxmod? Yes, I know other big apps that are. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but yes. That was like their solution. What was the other thing I was going to say? The other thing... All right, now we're getting into it here, guys. The other thing that I've thought about that I think we do differently. I think that who else does a good job of this? I do think the gym class does a good job of this too, actually. They do like a lot of live content from VR. I think is what we've learned works. I think that it pulls a lot of people into VR to see that people are doing things live. But what we've also learned, right, is that when I am live or Cody is live, you know, whoever's in the game, if someone's in there, or like when May from Meta, when she was in our server and was like, should this thing be on the Quest store? And everyone was like, yeah, right? Like if you know that you're streaming, if you know that you're going out to a stream, behavior changes a lot. And if someone that you know is streaming it, then it changes a ton. And player activity goes up. Exactly. So I also wonder about streaming. Yeah, I think that because like all of a sudden you can be streamed, there's an aspect of that. But I do think that if there's a way that we could stream more of the interactions within the game, that like there's more of a sense of like, oh wow, if I go onto this game, I know I'm going to be on YouTube. I know I'm going to be on TikTok. I know I'm going to be on Twitch with my username and with, you know, whatever. I think that there's an aspect to that like actually breeds more positivity. But I'm sure there are downsides to that as well. So that's just something I'm thinking about now that we have. Yeah, it's like doxing yourself. Yeah, it's a little bit of a self-dox, but it's also more like, I would say, like Major League Baseball or NBA, where like when they mic up the players, right? Then like all the players start to be on their best behavior. They use less foul language. They behave better. Because they know that people are watching and they know they're being recorded and broadcasted. And if you use that language, you can be fined by the television stations, and I think from the government too. So that's something I'm just thinking about, especially now that we have the stream cam. So I feel like derby activity in most games. Oh, I feel like player activity in most games is down right now, just because of Echo shutting down. This is a great point, and actually something I've been seeing a lot of people, or maybe not a great point. This is an interesting point. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this, about like VR usage is down or it's flat or whatever. I kind of got into it with a guy last week about this on Twitter. I'll just say Derby usage is up a lot. Thank goodness. But I have heard from Meta that August is the worst VR usage month of the year. I think you guys have all heard. I think you guys have all heard that, like, you know, the holiday is the biggest time of year for VR. That's when people get the new headsets. That's when people start paying money, all that stuff. A lot of games will launch. But I kind of think that I think that this is a very interesting conversation, and I'm willing to talk about this as long as you guys want. I think part of what's happening here is that because this is all connected with, like, the player base, the player age is very young. They're extremely young, and so the players in summer actually use it less. They use VR less because you have more time, because you can ask your mom or dad for a ride to your friend's house or whatever, versus in school year, I really think of VR as like a car for the internet for a younger kid. You can use it to go and meet up wherever you want with whoever you want very quickly, and it feels like you're hanging out in person. And so I think that the reason that VR usage dips in August is because that's when the most vacations are happening. That's when, like, you're getting the most out of summer that you possibly can. And then also just like being in school leads to a lot of virality. There's a lot of word of mouth. There's a lot of, I tried this game, check it out, let's jump on it later today, whatever it is. And so things spread a lot faster during school as well. So there is a slowdown in August in terms of usage, but there's also a big ramp up during the fall and in the winter. And yeah, I think about VR as more like a car. How do you get peanuts? Come on, guys. In the chat, it's very clear. You buy it. I feel like a lot of people get on half for trying to get into lives and videos. I mean, yeah, it's fun. I think that we've also learned that, like, VR is a tool that a lot of younger people see as a tool to get famous or to get known or grow a following on TikTok, whatever. Most Echo players, including me, feel less motivation to play. Well, I mean, isn't Meta going to be bringing Echo back? They're just going to do it within Horizon Worlds, so that they can, like, show, hey, look, like, it's working in Horizon Worlds. I think that's probably what's going to end up happening. But that is interesting that, like, the network of apps, that if something gets taken down, you feel less inclined to play. That is interesting. I can't deny that. I always go into Derby, and whenever your live people leave and rejoin saying, is Jordan in here? That's hilarious. There should be a way of, like, seeing which players are live streaming on TikTok or something like there should be. I want there to be more interconnectivity of, like, here's who's streaming, here's who's live, all that stuff. I think that would be cool. I think Bryce Harper has been mic'd up. I've met a lot of people from England. Let's go. Nice. I just want to eat virtual peanuts. Facts. Another Axiom is making the new Echo. I think that Yeah, I've heard that they're making a new Echo. That a lot of them worked at on Echo VR. I do get concerned though about like recreating things that have existed because I think each thing is unique, even built like because of the community, and so like if they work on that, I don't know. I just get concerned about that. Because also, like, if you have something that's working, it's so hard to get a game to work. And another Axiom has Gorilla Tag working, and I think a lot of their players are concerned. I think there's a lot of sentiment in the community that they don't want to see them focus on two games. They'd rather see focus on one. But I hope that they're able to sustain and grow Gorilla Tag, and I hope they're able to create a new game from scratch and have it go viral and be successful. It's just gonna be hard. It's just hard because like a lot of people like with Gorilla Tag making $26 million in revenue last year. I think that a lot of people assume like that's all profit, but think about having 5 million players, all the work, all the servers, like everything. Like it's a live game, and like the concern is like there might not be like there's definitely profit from that, but it's not as much as you would think, I would bet. And so I just get concerned about the sustainability of some of these games. Sushi flavored peanuts. Sushi and Derby would be crazy. You just tried the new Horizon Worlds game, Super Rumble, and it's actually so much fun. Nice. I need to try it out actually. England is pretty cool. It is cool. I've been. Derby England players, English Derby players are very nice. I agree. Another Axiom was created from Echo. I mean, technically, yes. I don't know. I don't know their whole founding story, but I don't know. Yeah. They do want to bring it back, for sure. Absolutely. Thoughts on original baseball peanuts? They're very good. I have them all the time. I heard private servers get pretty expensive. They do. Our servers are very expensive. Derby has not made a profit to this point, so you know those servers are pricey. Is this pre-recorded? No. I am talking with the chat over here on Discord. Bad Pass is gonna come in clutch, no worries. I would really like that. That would be really great, because then we'd be able to bring on more people to do stuff to make it better. That's the story of Gorilla Tag? Alright, that's super helpful. Anyway. I'm gonna have to hop off in a second here. I have a meeting with an investor at 1:30. I'm wearing this shirt. Wearing my Andre Agassi shirt. Tell them the players say hi and that they should invest. All right. Later, Robert. I'm glad you enjoy it. Robert, I owe you an email, so I'll send that here in a sec. What type of investor am I meeting with? I am meeting with a venture capital investor who is interested in the VR space. And typically, like what I've been finding is because we have one of the larger brands on TikTok, we get a lot of people reaching out asking us to learn about the VR space. But most venture capital investors are looking for things that can start generating like they want something that's worth billions of dollars. And so they get a little so some of them believe that VR will get them there. Others believe that because there aren't enough headsets sold yet. And so we just end up having a lot of like it just ends up being a lot of like education. Like they're like learning like how do people find you? How often do they play? Like all those things, and I'm like I'm not telling you anything. So are we planning on making more games? That is, well, we want players to make their own games. But we do want to make another game. I want to make um I want to make another game. That'd be fun, but one thing at a time. Got to stay focused. I have a bunch of like game ideas if anyone wants game ideas that I have for free. When can I put my $1 into Throwback Studios stock? That's really nice. This is not pre-recorded. Hi, Water VR. Oh, you want okay. Yeah, did someone have a request? If you have a request, I can come up. Or you can come up on the stage. Hi, discombobulated. I've played Totally Baseball for a long time, and that game is very good. That is awesome. I've never played. Being able to play one-on-one against other people. For sure. You can also play against you can play one-on-one in Derby. But it's got good throwing mechanics. All right, I can go check it out. I've heard that their developers Derby has better hitting, they have better throwing. Okay. That's good feedback, Nanner. I can work on that. Yeah, 1,600 home runs. Nice. Ultimately, Derby is not... yeah, they use controllers instead of hand tracking. Yeah. Devs on that game. Yeah, I've heard that as well. It's hard. It's hard. Make servers for something and under? For 12 and under? What is it? I don't know how, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, guys, anything else? I like that this kind of just became... just a chat about whatever. I would love to play some Fortnite tonight, though. If you guys are game, I would love to do that. Cool. All right, guys, I gotta go. I appreciate you all. I'll talk to you later. And this has been a great Chalk Talk. Monday Chalk Talk. We'll try to do these on the weekend again soon. My weekends have just gotten busy with wedding planning and everything. So I will talk with you guys later, and I'll see you on Derby. Peace.